There is one simple pattern that I see all across the board, and I can't get my mind around why you wouldn't understand it. And I thought I'm going to come here and explain to you what is the one single reason why you're going to lose all your crypto if you don't pay attention to that. I know it's a Sunday. I know it's a morning for some of us. I know it's midday for some of us. But if you're here and if you're looking at this, you do not want to miss this show. Guys, welcome to everybody in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I'm going to look at the chat as well. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to have some Q&A. We're going to look at the market, but I want to give you this special thing that is, I think, will change everything in your trading, in your investing, and in basically your everyday life in crypto. If this sounds good, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are a new viewer, and let's get into the show. First, I'm going to do some daily news. We're going to run through what's really happened. Grant covered a lot of things yesterday, but still some stuff to talk about, and it's relevant in my opinion. We're gonna then look at the market. I'm gonna do the total market cap analysis. We're gonna look at Bitcoin. We're gonna look at Ethereum, Solana. We're gonna look at all these majors, and then I'm gonna do some Q&A because I know it's important to connect with you guys. I want to reply to your questions. I know some of you are shitting your pants, and that's absolutely fine. But I want to be here. I want to chat with you, and then we're gonna do some token requests as always, so you can come, and if you have a trade that you're in, or you just want to get some feedback on some charts, we are going to do that as well. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Fefe, the money. You can find the money. In other words, I'm bringing you some alpha in the weekends, but we're planning on having this as a regular thing later. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. So, number one, Ren made this show yesterday, which literally scared the crap out of me. I'll be honest with you. Like, both the Friday banter and this show yesterday was scary as hell. You know, this was some scary shit. And Ren deep dived into why the recession started today. And it says crypto is really fucked. But the question is it really fucked? And what should we really do? Now, what Ren really explained is the whole idea behind the losses that's been happening, what is really happening on a macro scale. And I know we're kind of a little bit surrounded in our own bubbles here in crypto land, but you have to understand the macro to understand what's really happening. And Ren outlined basically what's happening in Japan, what is this yen carry trade, and how does impact the whole crypto market. It's definitely worth a watch. But what you have to understand is there is an indicator called Sham Recession Rule, or Sham Recession Indicator, that has been triggered. Now, this has not been triggered for a long time now. And basically this means that we are officially in a recession. The Fed is apparently, you know, cutting rates late again, and JP has been emphasizing since the very beginning that if they have a problem with either they cut very soon and then everything they've done does not matter, or they are too late and they wreck the economy. And it seems to be that the second is what is happening right now. Volatility index basically doubled. Volatility is at a high 2008 levels. Absolutely insane. $2.03 trillion have been wiped out the market cap of the S&P. Just so you know, if you don't necessarily follow it closely, the total crypto market cap, every cent, your shitcoins, your stables, everything combined is $2.2 trillion. Now, only from the S&P, there was $3 trillion that's been wiped since July 16th, the past 2 weeks. That's severe. So these guys are not used to. If you look at this picture as well, it explains very nicely. We've got Google 2%, we've got Apple at 2%, but this is, what is it? I think this is only the day, by the way. This is only the 24 hours. It's not since July. That's 314 trading days, or $200 billion per day. Absolutely insane numbers. But obviously, you most likely experience much more the crypto side. Now you see that it's not only the stocks, but usually what happens is the stocks rocket or stocks move up, and we see this massive red in crypto, and we're just panicking, and everything else is fine. Well, that's not really the case right now, because everything is melting down. And again, I'm just cussed. Do I see this right? That we have 1,200 people watching and only 200 likes. Guys, here's how the game works. I have some water here, and I'm gonna start sipping and just wait until we get to like 300-400 likes, because I know this is literally the best alpha you can watch on a Sunday. We come here, the algorithm doesn't really know what's happening. I usually do pre-records, so it would mean the world if you like this, if you just smash the like. It takes you 2 seconds, and I promise you it will be worth it as well. So let's jump back to that. Now, it's very important. Some coins, and I feel your pain. Trust me. Trust me. I feel your pain. Some coins are down with 37% in the last 7 days. Pepe, 30%. Brett, 30%. Pith, 30%. Sei, Anje, Bong, Tao, Floki. All these coins, 25, 30, 37% down. Absolutely horrible, horrible, horrible. And especially if someone who's just coming in here, class of 2024, you bought in April, May, June, I feel your pain. But I want to tell you, and this is going to be tying into what is the mistake that you do by losing all your crypto. Please, please hold on tight, okay? Hold on to your pains. Now, 𝗙𝗘𝗙, a very great guy. Go and follow 𝗙𝗘𝗙 here. I don't know, 𝗙𝗘𝗙, you have to change your ad. I can't remember. 𝗕𝗢𝗕𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 𝗙𝗘𝗙. I know it's your name, but I don't know. I would change it for something else. But go follow 𝗙𝗘𝗙. Is a research banter. Very great guy. Party. You probably have seen him. Around the building banter. So he has this great tweet that says, "What's up with the markets?" You could also say, "What's wrong with the markets?" Right? War tensions. It's insane what's happening. It's not only what's happening in the Middle East, but also what's happening in the UK. It's also what's happening in Bangladesh. It's also what's happening all around the world. It's just something is just down. People, I don't know what's really happening, but I see more and more problems around the world, which is horrible. Then you have this Japanese yen carry trade, which Rand talked about a lot. The basic idea, we're going to talk about it as well, but the basic idea is that you could borrow. I'm actually going to explain this a little bit later, but you have this carry trade. And there is this SAM indicator triggering recession that I just shared with you a second ago. Buffett selling 50% of Apple's stake. The problem here is not that he's selling, but he's one of the best investors of our lifetime, you know? He's been getting out of Apple, which is, you know, all up only. It's a big signal. They're sitting on $270 billion in cash, which is also a record. Also going to talk about it in a second. The volatility index is up 140 points. Since then, it's up 100%. Gold is at all-time high, and the Nasdaq is in an official correction that has not been seen before. And then he adds, any significant dip in risk-ons are for buying. Now, buy the dip, right? That's what we hear all the time. The question really is, it gets fucking scary to buy the dip, bro. And I understand it. It does get scary to buy the dip. So if you want some, how do I say that? Some hopium, okay? I want to bring you some stuff here that I think is worth looking at before I deep dive into what really is the issue or the problem that you guys are making. But until then, I see we are almost at 400 likes, 500 likes. Please, guys, please, we've got 1,500 people watching, which I'm gonna salute you for. Please, please, please smash the like button. It takes you 2 seconds, but it does help the channel. Really, really, really does help the channel. Please. Okay, so the M2 money index, okay? Global liquidity is hitting all-time highs. Basically, what you have to know about this is all the liquidity around the world, okay? So this is like all the money. If you got more money, that means more money to invest, more money to invest in risk assets as well, more money to diversify, and the M2 money supply going up is definitely a great thing for the markets. Now, I didn't bring it here, but it's also important to note we're expecting now there's like a 70-80% probability for a 50 basis point rate cut, and there is 4 rate cuts predicted for this year, which I don't think is going to happen, but that's the prediction. Rate cuts equal, you know, obviously more money injection, and that equals obviously more investment in Bitcoin and risk assets on. Now, Alex Becker says, I honestly think this is a bad trap before the absolute blow-off market top into a hard depression. Fed will panic, decrease rates. We'll yet to see about that. Market goes nuclear, up, and inflation comes raging back. Risk and crypto flies and dollar dumps. Then something bad happens and the hard reset occurs. The best thing to do would be to let us go into recession now, but they want to do this and can't afford it. Highly attentive person can make a lifetime of wealth the next 12 months, in my opinion. Now, he's been also ultra bear in 2023, but you have to take it with a pinch of salt. But I do agree with him on the fact that we are, I wouldn't say it's a bear trap, because it's like, if it's a bear trap, they're doing something right for the entire world. But I do agree that I think the panic that we are thinking now and everybody's feeling now, I actually had a vote on my Twitter account the other day up, and I said, how many of you think that the bull market, by the way, this is my Twitter, you should follow me. I think it's really, 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 really worth following. There's a link in the description. But I put up a vote here the other day. They got like 800 replies, and it said, is the bull market over? Okay? And out of the 900 people almost, 17% of you voted yes, 60% voted no, and about 22% voted I'm not honestly sure. And that's the state of the market. That's where we really are. Is this a bad trap? Is this the top? Are we going to go down? Are we going to go up? And what should we really do? And that uncertainty is what creates the issue. And this is how you lose your money. I'm going to get to that in a second. Polymarket is getting more website traffic than Uniswap. The reason why I bring it here, because there is this very interesting chart. Okay, Polymarket, if you don't know, you can basically, it's a prediction market. You can bet on things. Okay, you can bet on the election and whatnot. I'm gonna show you the platform, but basically what you can do is you can just bet on anything. And what is interesting here is the NASDAQ versus Trump's odds of winning. So the black line is the Trump's odds for winning, and the blue one is the NASDAQ. Now, we've been talking about this for the past weeks, is that basically everything depends on Trump winning. If Trump wins, if the market is pricing in a Trump victory, we are looking at a couple of years boom. Economic boom. Trump will not let anything to go. Make America great again. I have this USA kind of thing. But what is very interesting to see here is that the whole market is basically just a big prediction market for Trump winning the election. And the reason why I'm bringing it here again is because it's not only crypto. You got to see the direct correlation with the NASDAQ as well, but also with Bitcoin, very importantly. Now, there is a debate, and without getting too political, before I start explaining why I think you're going to lose all your money, there is a debate happening. Now, the Dem says it's going to happen on September 10th on ABC, and Trump says that it's going to happen on Fox News on September the 4th. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I know that there will be a debate. And the two candidates, I just want to bring just a little bit of reminder who the two candidates are, without taking any sides. So this is Kamala.
Are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house? It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right?
Right? And this is the other candidate.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin.
So it's your choice. Anyway, but what we see is that there's 55%, and it actually came down since Biden got moved to the side. Since Biden just stepped aside. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean. 55% for Donald Trump winning, and 43% for Kamala, and Big Mike coming in at 1%. We shall see how that goes. Obviously, Trump victory would be very good for the markets and crypto in general. Now let's talk about what to expect from the week and how you're trading. But before I do that, I have to just sip my water because I just see like we have like 1,800 people watching, only 600 likes. I can't deal with this. I can actually show you as well, but I would love to go on with the alpha and show you what I found. There is actually an indicator that I found that actually got all the market bottoms and tops perfectly. It's pretty simple. Anyway, so the only thing I ask you to do is like you're on this show, right? And when you're watching this show, you just have to click like this little thumbs up thing, okay? It even lights up. It's actually very cool. So that's literally what you got to do. Please do that. Spending my Sunday in here with you voluntarily. Much love. Please, please, please smash the like. That's the only thing I ask. It really helps the algorithm. It really helps me. It eventually really helps you. So here's an interesting chart for the past 3 months, okay? 3 months average return by day on Bitcoin. Mondays, green. Most of the time, strong green Mondays. Tuesdays usually are negative, so are Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And then we've got a pump on the weekend. This is why I'm going to give you some trades today as well that I think could be interesting. But just so you know, weekdays are usually negative and weekends are usually green. The reason is because the market maker is playing with you, okay? They want your money. They want to take whatever you have. And that's why we've got a weekend low liquidity trap. We've got a weekend pump. And then from there, we have a little bit more liquidations on Monday. And then the rest of the week, usually in the past 3 months at least, becomes red. Why this is relevant? There is something that, again, I don't want to deep dive into. If you haven't seen this show yesterday and haven't seen the Friday banter, I genuinely do recommend you watch it. It's the best hour that you can spend your time on this weekend. But anyway, so Ren tweeted all eyes on the Japanese Nikkei open tomorrow morning. Expect some carnage and then a recovery. Now, the Nikkei, if you're not familiar, is the Nikkei 225 index. That's basically similar than what the S&P 500 is in the US. So these are the top 225 companies in Japan on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. And why this is relevant is because obviously if we see this plummeting, if we see this extremely plummeting, everything comes with it. And we don't want to see that. Now, I marked this weekly POI down here, which should still be a fairly healthy retrace, coming down at about 5 to 8% more. Obviously, TA doesn't work in an environment where we have macro issues that we've seen with this whole yen carry trade. But what you want to see is that potentially I actually agree with Ren that I do think that there will be, even though the weekends are usually green and Monday is a little bit green, what will most likely happen is that if we get a little bit green, we're going to retrace, then a liquidation down. And that means that this is not over this week. Even if we get a recovery in crypto, this is not over this week just yet. Now, I tweeted this on the 5th of July. Okay, we were at 56,000 Bitcoin, 3,000 ETH, Solana 125, 26.6, Link at 11, Caspa at 15 cents, INJ at 18, Air 21, Rune at 3. And I said, I promise you within 6 months, you will feel horrible for not buying these coins at these prices. Now, most of these coins are actually still in a profit. ETH, for example, isn't, but most of them are. And I could just reiterate the exact same thing. And that comes back to what is the issue that most of you make, or most of us make, and eventually lose our crypto. And that is FOMO and FUD. What usually happens is that you want to buy and then you don't buy. And then you see the market rocketing and then you start buying and then it starts going down and then you start thinking you're stupid and you start selling. And then as you see the market goes up, you start buying back again and then so on, so forth, so on. The reason why people, here's a very interesting story, very long story short. The first time I bought my first Bitcoin in 2016, it was $450, the first time I bought it. And I sold in like 3 months, I sold it for 1,000 and I thought I was a genius. The thing is, the catch here, and check this, I bought one whole Bitcoin and I only sold 0.8 because that's all I had left. Now, why is this interesting? It's interesting because I thought I'm going to be a genius trading it up and down. And as I was trying to go with the market and I saw news and I immediately bought. And then I saw negative news and I immediately sold and whatnot. So what really happened is that I played myself and all this jumping back and forth eventually cut my one Bitcoin down to 0.8, which will happen most likely with, all of you if you just play around. Now, here is a letter that I thought was an article from Warren Buffett, which is very interesting for me, in my opinion. Now, my car is going on an alarm all the time. I don't know who does that or who knows why, but my car in the parking lot down here, it's always beeping. So if you hear that beeping, that's hopefully nobody's stealing my car at the moment. But anyway, when stocks fell in 2008, financial crisis, extreme crisis. You know what? I'm gonna read this up for you if we get to 1,000 likes. I'm not even kidding. We have like 2,000 people watching, 800 likes. I wanted to give a giveaway as well and all that, but how could I do that? I even prepped a money gun for you with a sunglasses, but at 800 likes, how could I do that? I can't do it. Maybe we just cut it here. Maybe we just gave enough alpha. Maybe just people like. Someone is saying buy BTFD, buy the fucking dip, fam. I agree. Buy the dip. Buy US bond. Yeah, maybe buy everything. Tell us something we don't know, lol. If you don't know this, you're more than welcome to leave. I'm very happy if you're staying. But if it's not worth the time, don't do it, bruv. You don't have time to waste. Always hitting that like. Thank you so much. Smash one for the fam. Deep state way too strong. Trump incoming. Julieta in the house. Much love. Like. Trump 2024, I see that as well. We're getting to 1,000 likes, guys, but it's only like 850. So I think you should really just hit the like for the money gun. Yeah, hit the like. If we get, 1,200 likes, I'm gonna shoot the money gun right at the camera like this. I'm gonna do that. But we still got some time to do that. All right, smash buy the fucking did. I've been buying crypto. That's great. Read it already. Great. Always look amazing. Thank you so much. Early Sunday alpha. You see the money gun work. People started to smash the like. Was he still far away? So that's fine. Let me just here. Let me just bring it this here. So 2008, Warren Buffett wrote this article. Buy American, I am. Now, the financial world, this is his words, okay? It says, the financial world is a mess, both in the United States and abroad. Its problems, moreover, have been leaking into the general economy, and the leaks are now turning into a gusher. In the near term, unemployment will rise. Listen, business activities will falter, and headlines will continue to be scary. So, I've been buying American stocks. This is my personal account I'm talking about, in which I previously owned nothing but United States government bonds. If prices keep losing attractive, my non-Berkshire net worth will soon be 100% in the United States equities. Why? Now, what I want you to do is it doesn't matter what he was saying about him buying US stocks back then. But I want you to translate this to crypto, okay? Why? The simple rule dictates my buying. Be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Listen, I know you heard this a million times. I know, but I want you to listen. And most certainly, fear is now widespread, gripping even seasoned investors. Who can recognize? Cuz, do you feel this? Do you feel this? Everybody feels this, okay? In crypto and in the world as well. To be sure, investors are right to be wary of highly leveraged entities or businesses in weak competitive positions. But we're talking about shitcoins here. To be sure, investors are right to be wary of highly leveraged entities or businesses in weak competitive positions. This means all the shitcoins that is not gonna make it, okay? All the high leveraged entities or businesses in weak competitive positions means the 1 millionth shitcoin you bought that's gonna pull 100x. That's those. You should be worried. But fears regarding the long-term prosperity of the nation's many sound companies make no sense. Let me translate this for you. But fears regarding the long-term prosperity and importance of Bitcoin, the best creation since fucking, I don't know, steam engines, you know, makes no sense. These businesses will indeed suffer earning hiccups as they always have. Bitcoin will dump as it always had. But most major companies will be setting new profit records 5, 10, 20 years from now. Let me be clear, one point, I can't predict the short-term movement of the stock market. I haven't the faintest idea as to whether the stocks will be higher or lower in a month or a year from now. What is likely, however, and listen to this, is that the market will move higher, perhaps substantially, so well before either sentiment or the economy turns up. So if you wait for the robins, spring will be over. Now let me explain to you why this is important. It's very important because I'm not saying blindly buy the fucking dip. But what I'm saying is that if you are sitting, and this is the biggest mistake I see across the board, people DMing me, people on my Twitter and whatnot, this is the thing I see, is that you are concerned, you are allocated into shitcoins and memes and coins that you don't really know why you even bought in the first place. You're down 60%. Yet you're trying to wait to get out of break even and then reallocate and then think about how cool this will be. And that's not the way to go. Nothing I say is financial advice, but here's what I would recommend you do. Evaluate everything you've got, okay? You have to reevaluate the entire portfolio of coins, Phantom Wallet, centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, MetaMask, whatever. You have to reevaluate all the investments you have. If you still hold shitty NFTs that will not gonna make it, even if you hold, all these tokens, you need to reevaluate and be like, there will be another leg up, no questions. There will be another leg up. And if you look at this is what Warren says as well. I can't predict the short-term movements of the stock market, but I haven't finished idea as to whether the stock will be higher or lower in a month. But it's likely that the market will move higher, perhaps substantially, so well before either sentiment of the economy turns up. That's the same thing here. You will not even realize that the market is going to turn and it's going to be exponential growth. Now, it's whether it's going to be in August or September when smart money comes back, we have to see. Another thing that many people ask, was this really the top? Was this really the top? Like, that's a proper question that we always talk about. And there is an indicator that I want to bring you here, which changes the game. I never use indicators. If you know me, you know that I'm trading. Do have a trading channel that I do recommend you check out. It's called the 𝗏𝗏𝗋𝑥 Club. You can find it down in the description. I do trades every single week. I have a trading show on there. I teach you how to trade. If you go down here in the description, you will find it. It's called the 𝗏𝗏𝗋𝑥 Club. When you click on there, you will be able to see. I bring you the best trading alpha, teach you how to trade. I bring you these shows every single day up here. So it's worth following, checking out. If you don't like it, you can just unsubscribe anytime, but I do think it's worth it. Now, what I think is that what I see in the comments as well, I don't use a lot of indicators, okay? I don't use indicators at all, but this MDRV-Z score, how many of you heard about it? I want to see in the chat. How many of you heard about it? Because this MDRV score is literally the best stuff that I've ever seen. Now, what is this? MDRV-Z score is a Bitcoin chart that uses blockchain analysis to identify periods where Bitcoin is extremely over or undervalued relative to its fair value. Okay? So the question really is, Bitcoin is at 70,000, 60,000. Is it undervalued or overvalued based on the fair value? Okay? Now, someone is saying 74K was a slow collapse from here. Hold on to your pants. Remote reality games. Someone is saying heaven. Someone says have. Okay. This is the other thing. Why not take some profits, park some cash to buy on the way down? You're thinking right. I like it. We're going to talk about it in a second. But so what this shows is that basically it shows you when the top really is in. When is Bitcoin overvalued based on the fair value of this indicator it takes from on-chain. It's calculated based on the real value, based on the transactions on-chain, not some external data. I don't want to deep dive into the technicals, how it works, but it doesn't even matter. What matters is that are we in a top? A red band up here means that you should get out of the market. This is my exit strategy, by the way, guys. This is literally my exit strategy, one of my main pillars of the exit strategy. And on the bottom here, you should buy when we're down here. Now, I put this on the chart for you to see. These are the results, okay? This indicator got you out here in April 2013, okay? Before a 78% dump. The indicator got you out here. Yeah, you missed like, maybe what did you miss? You missed like another 40%. But it got you out, actually it's November, so maybe it got you out here. Anyway, it doesn't even matter. It got you somewhere here before a 55+%. Look at this. It got you out up here in 2013 before another 84% down. Then it got you in here in October 15th before, it doesn't even go that high, but before an exponential rally up there. All the way, what was the rally here? What would have you made if 6,000%? Look at this, and I'm not making this up. This is October 2015 October. Look at this, 2015 October. This is when the chart. This is when the MDRV-Z score hit. Got you out. It's down on the bottom here. And where did it get you out? It got you out up here in December 2017. Look at this, December 2017. Look at this. This is where it got you out, on the very, very, very top. Okay? So what I'm trying to say here is all the way through. I'm going to share this on my Twitter as well. There is a link in the description to my Twitter. I'm actually going to link the website now so you don't miss it. You can go into my Twitter and just find it there. I'm just going to say MDRV-Z to look at. And then you guys can just go onto my Twitter. There is a link in the description, and you can find it there. And if you're rare, just follow me. I think it's worth it. Anyway, so what I'm saying here is that this indicator right now sits just where it was sitting in 2019 before the massive rally in 2020 and 2021. Okay? Is there a possibility for us to come back for one more leg like we did here? Yes. Yes, there is. And this is what I'm going to show you. This is what I've been hitting the drums for a while, saying that we're probably gonna, or there is a possibility of us getting to 1.8 trillion on the total market cap, which would put Bitcoin between 48 to 52K. We do have the possibility, but that's not a question that we're in a buying area, especially not a question for a long term, especially if you consider the hit rate of the MDRV-Z score. Okay. Now, the most important that I want you to take away from this also, I see we have 2,300 people watching and we've got 1,000 likes. I can't go on to the market analysis. I can't give you the trades. I see the total market was ready to take off. I can't give you the trades until we hit 1,300 likes. I just can't. I know that we're just gonna sit here and look at each other. I'm gonna read comments until then, but I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't. I just can't do it. I need you to smash the like button. Until then, I'm gonna read comments. That was the 1,000th like. That's awesome. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Nice letter. I agree. Buy the top. Smart strategy. Never heard. It's a great one. Never. It's a great one. I shared it on my Twitter. There is a link in the description. Go and check it out. Kyle mentioned it months ago. That's great. What I'm using for profit zones. Okay, that's great. With all the information right now. That's, I don't know what that means. MDRV-Z score. Yes. Good to see you. Good to see you, Lady Wolf in the house. Good to see you. See you on 100x Club a couple of times. It's good to see you. I'm saying like, we need 200 more likes to continue. So until then, I'm happy to read comments, but we could also just jump into the trades and the charts. I just don't want to miss it. That's the only reason why I want you guys to smash the like. So I'm saying 43% for smash the like up, show some love. Yes, smash the like. I agree. So what are you supposed to do? Call the devs with what? Someone is saying, buy what, Danny? I don't know what that means. buy US bonds could be an option. I mean, it's, you know, it's your call. I think there are much better investment vehicles than US bonds right now, but, you know, whatever that is. I don't blame him. Less than 80 likes is pathetic. I don't blame him, guys. This less than 80 likes is pathetic. We have a 1,200. Yeah, we're still missing a little bit. I don't know what 80 likes you're talking about. 𝗙𝗢𝗙𝗙. I agree. 𝗙𝗢𝗙 was great. Like. Yes. Voodoo. Yes. Voodoo. I see some people get it in the house. That's pretty cool. AVAX, we can look at it. We're going to do some token request. Hey, what's happening? Like this, legend. Thank you. Printer, go brrrr. It will. I agree with you. All right. Let's jump in. Let's go into the charts. Let me look at the total market cap. Oh, before that, I have to show you something. This is pretty incredible, guys. This is absolutely incredible. Here, I'm not paid to do this at all. I just think this is an opportunity. If you're not using, I think you are missing out big time. Like, I can't even emphasize how big time you are missing out. Okay, here's the opportunity. There is a partnership between Benter and Bybit, and we're giving away a Cybertruck on this competition, okay? The way it works is that if you have a Bybit account with a Benter link, whether it's mine or Rand's or Kyle's or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to have a Benter link. You can simply just join this competition that is based on volume. And as you do that, you accumulate raffle tickets. Now, a lot of times you complain and said, if it's on volume, I cannot make it because I only have $100. And if it was P&L, then people are like, oh, only the best traders. So here this is, okay? The way we did this is that every dollar that you generate in trading volume, you know, if you take a $10 position, that's 10 times $1, therefore it's 10 tickets, you generate a raffle ticket. And that means that at the end of the competition period, we're going to make a raffle. We're going to make a lucky draw. And on the lucky draw, depending on how many entries you got, based on the number of dollars that you generate in trading volume, you will be participating. That means if you trade anywhere, if you could transfer your funds to Bybit, is my car again. You could transfer your Bybit money to Bybit account and just simply trade on Bybit. You don't have to do anything else. Just sign up and trade on Bybit. Don't force trade. Don't do anything. But if you're trading, why don't you just generate raffle tickets, an opportunity to win? Even if you generate $10 in trading volume total, you have a chance of winning a Cybertruck or $100,000 cash. Okay, let's go. Let's look at the market for a second because I think it's very important to really talk about this. Total market cap. I've been calling, if you follow the 100x Club or if you follow me on X, you know I've been calling for this 1.85 trillion. Now, I don't think we're going to get, I mean, depending on how the macro situation goes, but I believed that we have to get there because of the weekly equilibrium, which I don't have time to explain, but what it really means is that you have to have a 50% retrace on the weekly leg as well, and that would be from down here at 1 trillion all the way up to the 2.7 trillion-ish, and then we need to come back to the 1.85 trillion. The reason why I'm looking at the total market cap is because the total market cap is what represents every money logged in crypto. Now, although I thought that we're going to get to 1.85, I did see that we made a market structure shift up here, which is basically a higher high on the daily. It's a very strong indication that we are going to reverse. And that reversal basically signals that we are potentially completed the drawdown for this how many days? 140 days, and then we're potentially just going higher from here. Now, the only invalidation for me I have is if we break below the 1.9 trillion, then we're going to touch onto the 1.85 and then moon from there. The problem is that's down another 10% on total, potentially 15% on Bitcoin, and potentially 20, 25, 30% on altcoins, which would be obviously devastating. Now, here's what I'm looking, considering the fact that most of the weekend, most of the Mondays and most of the weekends are green, I do think that there is a possibility, there is an opportunity to play here. I drafted this on the 100x Club on Friday, and I said we're going to come down a little bit lower here. We're going to accumulate in this area, and then from there moon on, which is exactly kind of what is happening right now. We do have a little bit of accumulation here, and then I'm expecting a reversal. How would I play this? Here is how I would play this. And there is one more thing actually that causes you not to lose your money, and I'm going to explain it as well. The way I would play it, I would simply wait for a market structure shift, a higher high on the total market cap. That's been the best strategy, in my opinion, to play the market, even if we are chopping, okay? If you see a higher high, currently sitting at 2.17 trillion in the total market cap, it doesn't matter what everything else does. That means that the industry as a whole, all the money in the crypto, was able to overtake the supply up here and able to simply move forward that with the demand down here. So you want to wait for two scenarios. One, Let me just delete everything here, in fact. Let me just delete all this here because it's not relevant. One, we see a little bit of retrace on Monday and on the weekend, which could be like maybe like 2-3%, right? Maybe even wick through. And then a continuation down. Or we see a little bit of liquidations, whether it's today or tomorrow, whatever that is, and on Monday, and then a push and see a market structure shift. This is what I really want to see. Once you have a higher high, you are game. You can start longing and taking longs that could potentially turn into generational longs. And here is the important stuff. This is where everybody really messes up. If you follow me on X, you've seen that I've tweeted some trades and whatever that is, and someone actually, I share most of my trades. And someone sent me this and said, hey, Fefe, I'm the same camp as you. Took a long on BTC at 64,500, ETH at 3,000, C of red, but I will be adding to my margin. Don't want to be liquidated. And I said, never do this. All these longs I take are very tight stop loss scalp plays. If you cannot monitor the charts, the best thing is sitting out. I'm expecting a relief rally and a potential continuation lower. Take it level by level. Okay, the reason why I said that is because a lot of times what happens is that when I say long on the market structure, if people take a long position and they just add to it and wait for it to go higher and higher and higher. One of the biggest mistakes I see beginner traders do is they don't take profits. Whether it's a shit coin, a meme coin, or whatever that is, not taking profits will kill you eventually. Okay, will eliminate your wallet. You have to start taking profits. Now, taking profits doesn't necessarily mean that you take the profit and you go home. That's not what it means. It means that you always take some profits off the table. So if you would take, let's say we see this scenario playing out today or tomorrow, and you start taking a long position, you want to take some money off the table before you hit any major resistance zones, okay? Any major supply zones. For example, this up here. Before you get there, start taking 10 to 15% profit. When you start going higher, mark your level. Say, okay, this is another resistance zone. I want to take 10, 15% profits. Now, this is obviously just on your leverage trading positions. I do think that spot you got to hold. But in general, if you trade, the biggest issues that you can do is not financial advice, obviously, is that you do not take profits. Okay? Very, very important. In general, I think you understand what I believe will happen on the markets. I see that we still have 1,300 likes only. If we get to 1,600 likes, I'm going to do a $300 giveaway right now live. If we get there, that's awesome. If not, I mean, the $300 can stay in the wallet. We're just going to give it away in the 100x club. Until then, I think we should just jump into some token requests because I know you guys sitting on your hands and want to see, and we might be able to find some good trades. So it's time for us to... So it's saying, wow, so sell high, buy low. What an advice. MC Murdoch. Great advice. Anyway, let's go. Guys, Solana. Someone's saying Solana, let's go. Let's do Solana. Look at this, beautiful. Actually, you might be even start wanting to play now. It's not enough. Is it enough on the 5 minute? No, it's not enough. It's not enough there, but we do have a little bit of liquidation. Same thing. The only problem is I always explain when I'm doing lives on the 100x club, what I always say is that you never want to be on the stairs. You always want to be on the elevator. What does that mean? This is an elevator. It's a fast pace down. And then this here is the stairs. You never want to be on the stairs. You always want to be on the elevator. And the reason is because that's what trading with the trend means. So right now on Sol, I need to see a recovery up here above 153 for me to consider any long in opportunities. Once that happens, I will take 50% of my position in here and then just consider getting a 50% in here as well. That's how I would look at it. Fat. Let's look at fat. Fat. Same scenario, unfortunately. Although we are now it's like bleeding down completely. You want to be trading again with the elevator. You want to be trading with the trend. Elevator's down. You're probably going to see a 50% retrace. And I will actually start shorting next week. So next week we're going to start live trading. And I will start taking short positions until we break these highs because you don't know the depth of this yen carry trade. You don't know the depth of that trade. You don't know what's going to happen. So far, nothing really. I need to see a break above there. 50% position, 50% position, and then move on from there. Someone is saying, Pepe, let's go. Oh, this is actually looking juicy. Look at this. Oh, this is actually looking very good. Fefe is looking very good. If we could make a high here, Fefe could be very good for a trade. You see a lot of, we do have a 15-minute market structure shift. We do. Okay, so here's how it works. So here we have a close below, okay? A break below. This is a market structure break, sorry. This is a market structure break. I have a complete tutorial on the $100 Club, by the way, how I trade. So it's, yeah. And then you have to have a market structure shift up here, which means we have to close below and then we have to close above, right? And that would mark a market structure shift. Still important to consider these levels, but if that happens, you can take a position. If we close above there on the hourly, you can take a position, target at least 1-to-1 risk reward, but then possibly if we can close above, you can do that. I do think it's a great opportunity. It has to close 87.6 and then we're good. So I'm saying 𝗏𝗧. Let's look at 𝗏𝗧. So 𝗏𝗧, now this is another concept that I've been saying, right? So another very important thing is that how it happens. So when you have stairs, again, you don't want to be on the stairs, but you want to be on the elevator that overtakes the stairs. What do I mean by that? Well, these are stairs, right? It's coming down in stairs. And then you have one elevator, and then probably some kind of stairs, and then one other elevator. And once you have an elevator back, that means all these stairs, this is liquidity. We call liquidity stop losses. I don't have time to get into it. But when you see a trend line like this and then 1 point, a higher high is broken, which means a market structure shift, a higher high has been created, it is going to start taking these stairs viciously, like very, very viciously. So what you want to see right now in 𝗏𝗧, in my opinion, is you want to see that higher high, whether that, now this is our range currently, so whether that's going to be coming up to this region up here at 19 cents, or we're going to take a low here and then create a high, and that would be another leg. This is what I'll be looking at, but also I would be waiting for the total market cap to show, and then 𝗏𝗧 can be a great buy. Let's go. Same thing. Look at this. Range, elevator. You want to be on the elevator. It will come up, potentially push lower. We need potentially we have another leg down, and then from there, whether that leg is down here a little bit lower or just up there, we yet to see. But liquidity is taken here. We need to show a higher high, both on the total market cap and on here as well, to confirm the direction. AVAX. Look at this same scenario. I actually want to show you this before I leave. I wanted to show you this breadth chart, but this is the same thing on the $100 Club. On another day, I marked this level and I said AVAX is going to come down lower, 13-15% easy. Why? Because this was the MSS. Although we are at a very great reversal area, like it can happen for AVAX to start reversing from here. Again, this is the higher time frame range. That means you want to be on the elevator. But if we would see a liquidation event down here and then a V-shaped recovery, that could be an interesting opportunity for us. Again, you got to wait for the V-shaped recovery. But what I wanted to show you is this. Check this out. So I talked about this on the other day on the 100x Club 1 day ago. This thing can fall. Look at this. Another 15, 20, 25% easy. Like no problem. Is it a good buy on spot? Possibly. So what I was saying is that the timestamp is wrong here. But what I was saying here is that I was explaining the other long time ago, weeks ago. I was saying that I'm gonna post this on my Twitter as well. But I explained that this trend line means that it's building up liquidity will get taken, and I warned the community here, literally here, and I said that Brad is in for a massive drop, another 25-30%. It did drop. And then I was warning a day ago, again on 2 days ago, like this. I warned again another 15, 20, 25%. Then we can see a 15, 20, 25%. And since then, this is basically what happened to Brett. So this is where we've been, and it went down 25%. So the reason why I'm saying this is because there is still blood on the streets. There is still an opportunity to make money, but pay attention to taking profits. Pay attention to the Nikkei. Pay attention to the total market cap and the potential reversal that is happening. And once the total market cap shows a higher high, whether it be a liquidation down here and then a higher high here, or a higher high from the 2.17 trillion, you can start looking at positions. Guys, I have to leave. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you like this show, please smash and obliterate the like button. Follow me as 𝗏𝗏𝗙. There is a link in the description to my X account. Make sure to subscribe. subscribe to the 100x Club, where I bring you this show every single day. There is a link in the description as well to this show, where you can find it. Make sure to subscribe there. Please make sure to follow me there. It's down here. Actually, I just wanted to show you. It's down here. It says subscribe to Fefe's trading channel. This is where you want to be. This is where you want to click. And I truly hope that I'll see you here more, and I will see you over on the other channel. Like the video. Bless me, please. And now, I bless you. May the crypto gods be with you. Your profits be prosperous and your wallets be fat. And I believe we'll see you in the next one. Take care.